I ran out of light. I had to turn the overheads on. Hey friends, it's Amy Register, your belligerent Bible worker working out of the Arroyo Grande Seventh-day Adventist Church. If you've missed the last segment, a quick recap is that I am really turned on to digital evangelism right now. I had been reading some statistics about people leaving the faith and leaving the church because of lack of relevance, because they weren't getting their big questions answered. And now we have especially a young adult population, although this is pervasive, who is not in church, but is still seeking answers to life's big questions. I know that because of the overwhelming popularity of social media, specifically YouTube, young adults are spending more and more time on that site. And we as a church have a huge window of opportunity right now to dominate search results and make sure that when people ask questions about who God is and what His plan is for their life and what happens when you die and where is there a church that meets on Saturday, we have the opportunity to be the first one to pop up in that search, and I would love for us to take advantage of that. Now, specifically in this segment, I want to answer the question, what can being on YouTube do for you? It is a significant involvement of time. It is a significant investment in time to get your content on the YouTubes, but it's well worth it. Let me tell you why. This list comes primarily out of a source that I've been reading called YouTube for Churches, by the way. I'll put that link in the description section below. Being on YouTube can and will increase traffic to your main church website. Because it's such a huge search engine, because people are on it all the time, they'll go to your video, they'll see your link to your website or your Facebook page or wherever else you want to guide them to, and your traffic will certainly increase because of it. The interconnectedness and linking between your church's websites and YouTube will also increase your search ranking for your church. Number 3, and this one's huge, YouTube gives you the ability to live stream your church service or your Sabbath school panel discussion or whatever it is that you'd like to broadcast. You can do that for free, absolutely free on YouTube. Number 4, hosting is also free on YouTube. You're not paying anything for those videos to be up and accessible to the whole world. And that gives you a free platform for communicating your message and your mission to the masses. It's also a great way to get your information, your announcements, your upcoming events, the things that your church is active in the community. It's a great way to get those things to your internal audience as well. Being on YouTube is a great way for your organization to build their brand image, to do a little bit of PR, to let people know the events that have happened in the past and again, what's going on in the future. You're gonna shape people's idea of your church without them ever having to step a foot on your church campus. And lastly, you're gonna love this, but being on YouTube is another way to funnel financial gifts and donations. People consume the content and then they're given a link to be able to give or participate in some way. It's gonna increase your ability to gather those as well. So there you have it, several reasons for you guys to get on YouTube immediately, if not before. It's gonna benefit you in all of these ways and more. I also wanna answer the question in this video, what does it even look like to have a digital evangelist either on staff or as part of the evangelism team at your church? Just like any evangelism or outreach effort, you are building a funnel that leads probably both to your church, but especially to a discipling relationship with Christ. So what it would look like for a digital evangelist to work with your church is that you would have them producing video content that was outward facing. So not for your members, but for people who had questions about certain things in the community. It could be something broad like apologetics, defending Christianity, defending the faith against hard questions. It could be a Bible study group. It could be a mom's group with advice for young mothers. If you're trying to grow any population between 12 and 65, I would say you're gonna benefit from having a niche YouTube channel. You don't want to get too niche. You're not trying to reach male pine wood whittlers in the Santa Maria area. You're just trying to make it specific enough so that you can build a community around a certain idea or a certain interest group. Once you've got that community started, once you're engaging online and you're having discussion, you're seeing comments in the comment section, people are requesting videos or topics, you've got it made. You can then transition that to having face-to-face meetups in your community. You might be wondering how to make sure that people in your community see it. That would be a whole nother section, but you do paid advertising based on zip code. From that, I suggest person-to-person relationship building, just as you would with any evangelistic effort. Matching church members with similar interests to people that you're just meeting, eventually inviting some of those people to church events, to potlucks, to church when it seems appropriate, and then you've completed the funnel. You've done it just like any other, old school evangelism technique. It's relationship based. We're just kicking it off by getting on YouTube and creating content that's helpful to people's lives. That's it for now. See you soon.